Okay, Angel, a 19-year-old African American female who was referred after being discharged from a local hospital for the fifth time in 1 month. Angel has been referred to for help before, but will get hospitalized before her appointment date. Now, I'm doing an assessment on suicide, a suicide assessment. And as thus far, it doesn't seem like that Angel is suicidal. She does not have the intent to commit suicide. She does not have a plan to commit suicide. And also, she has some suicide ideation because she thinks about dying and death all, all the time. And she is very impulsive. So that could result in her suicide. I do think that she's a danger to herself and others because she's angry. And I also think that because she cuts herself, she could make a mistake and cut an artery, and that could result in her death. And she's also promiscuous, so like meeting strange men off the internet. She could run into a problem there where someone could kill her. She, I don't know whether she has a sense of worthlessness, shame, hopelessness. I do think that she has some sense. I do think there's some social isolation because of her anger issues and because of her violent behavior. She's very impulsive and hostile. I just don't think there's an intent to die, but there is an intent to hurt herself, to relieve some kind of trauma that happened in her childhood, and there's an intent to hurt others when angered. There's a lot of environmental stressors in her life. Her mom was very abusive, so she was in and out of foster homes. She was sexually molested in one of the foster homes, and she's bisexual, so she may or may not suffer social isolation because she's bisexual. The client don't have a plan. She doesn't have a method to commit suicide. She does have previous psychiatric history, but not with suicide. It's just with cutting herself. There has been no prior attempts that we know of. She has not admitted to trying to commit suicide. There's no suicide note. She's not a survivor of suicide, but her brother is in jail for murder, and her sister has been diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenic, and she's been deemed unable to live in society. She doesn't admits to drug and alcohol use, and she has no dependent kids, and she's single. She does experience depression and impulsivity. She's hostile, and she experiences mania also. But yeah, I don't think there's no intent to commit suicide. I just think that she has suicide ideation, but she can be a danger to herself. So I think that she should be hospitalized. Again, I'll say she cuts herself, and she may or may not cut an artery that can cause death, and she may or may not meet up with a guy who may kill her or hurt her very bad. So she's doing stuff that can lead to death, but I don't, which is suicide ideation. She talks about the death and dying, and her behavior points to death and dying because cutting yourself can, but I don't think that she is a candidate for committing suicide.